Hi, everyone. Since we can't meet in class today, I want to go over this homework worksheet with you. I'm only going to choose a few of these to go over with you. If anybody's having any trouble with this, my goal here is to clear up any issues that you're having. The answers to the entire worksheet will be in the student resource folder. All right. So we're looking at this worksheet, and I'm going to choose number 2 to do first. Okay. So calcium carbonate. And as I'm working through this, I'm going to talk you through the steps that I'm thinking through as I'm doing this. All right. So calcium carbonate. If you look at a periodic table, you would realize that calcium, when it ionizes as a 2 plus ion. You refer to the handout that I gave you in class for the polyatomic ion. The carbonate ion has a 2 minus charge. Carbonate is CO3. It has a 2 minus charge. We bring these two ions together, they cancel each other out, and calcium carbonate has the formula as we see it here. And that's it. All right, let's try another one. How about iron 3 phosphate? Okay, and this is kind of a tough one. Iron is a transition metal. All right, iron is going to ionize as a 3 plus ion. All right, well, how do I know that? I know that because we've got a Roman numeral 3 right there in the name. So iron is ionizing as a 3 plus ion. If you refer to your handout, you'll find that sulfate has a 2 minus charge. All right. We could do this handy crisscross method that I told you about, this trick that works. And if we do that, then our formula comes out to be Fe with a subscript 2. And now I'm going to need parentheses with the sulfate ion because I'm going to need 3 of those. All right. This is the answer. All right. I have 2 iron ions. Okay. I have 3 sulfate ions. I'm going to go one step further and just write out the ions so that you can see this. So here, iron, 3 plus. I need 2 of those 3 plus ions. I'm going to need 3 of those 2 minus ions in order to make a neutral compound. Okay. All right, let's try another one. So let's go with copper 2 nitrate. There, I'm going to go with copper 2 nitrate. Going through the steps, copper 2 plus ion. Nitrate, if you refer to the handy handout that I gave you in class, you'll find that nitrate ions have a 1 minus charge. All right, I need 2 nitrate ions to balance out the 2 plus charges for the copper. All right, so that's going to be copper, parentheses, NO3. I'm going to need 2 of those nitrate ions, and that is the answer. Okay, how about one more? All right, how about, let's go with aluminum sulfate. All right, aluminum has a 3 plus charge. How do you know? You go to the periodic table, and you should realize that aluminum would ionize with a 3 plus charge. What about sulfate? Again, go to that handout that I gave you. You'll find that sulfate has a 2 minus charge. I can go with my handy crisscross method. Whoop, that was a 3. And that was a 2. And if I go with that crisscross method, I'm going to get Al2SO4. I need 3 of them. And there you have it. All right, let's go on to do some naming of these compounds now. Might as well just start with the first one here. All right, what's the name? I have calcium is the metal, and sulfate is the anion. So that's going to be calcium sulfate. Okay, sulfate, not sulfide. All right, sulfate is the polyatomic ion. All right, number 2. Why not? Zinc is the metal. All right, that's zinc. And then nitrate. That's a nitrate ion. Zinc nitrate is the name. All right. Let's try another one. How about lithium carbonate? Here we are. Lithium is the metal. Lithium carbonate is the anion, and that's the name. All right, let's try a different one. Let's, oh boy, we've already done iron sulfate, but let's take a look at this and let's name this, all right? All right, the question is, what is going to be the charge on this iron ion? And we have 2 iron ions. Let's think through this, okay? All right, we've got 3 sulfate ions. Each sulfate has a 2- charge. Each sulfate has a 2- charge. I'm just going to write 2-, 2-, 2-. That's 3 sulfate ions. All right, that's a total of -6. Total charge of -6. In order to balance that charge of -6, I need 3 positive charges. I'm sorry, 6 positive charges. All right. In order to do that with 2 ions, each iron must have a 3+ charge. Okay? There are 2 iron ions, there are 3 sulfate ions. 3 sulfate ions give me a total -6 charge, and if I'm going to balance that -6, I need a +6. Each of these ions for iron must be 3+. All right, that's one way to look at it. Here's another way. Really, we could do a reverse crossover. That 2 is a 2- charge. This 3 would be a 3+ charge. That's a reverse crisscross. It usually works if you do this. It doesn't always work. The best way to do this really is to think about the ions. Okay. All right, and then the name, of course, is iron 3 sulfate. All right, one last, how about let's do number 10. All right, the metal is silver, Ag, silver, and the polyatomic ion is phosphate. This is just silver phosphate. Okay, again, I will have all of these answers posted in the student resource folder. I hope my narrating through this has been helpful to anyone that was having any trouble with this at all. If you continue to have any trouble with this, please email me. All right, thank you.